they weren't really human. They were aliens that incarnated in human.
Cybernetic possession.
And we found out that they weren't really human. They were aliens that incarnated in human body to be able to kind of like have avatar access to our reality and our world.
It's entangled extraterrestrials. I'm being stalked by negative extraterrestrials. Look, bro. It has like the silhouette of a person. Look at it, bro. Look at it. Look.
Yeah, to answer your first question, and I'm here as a fact witness and expert, but I will give you a theoretical framework at least to work off.
Buzzcrush may help kill negative EDS parasites around holograms of TIS. Try. Also, Tibetan singing bowl frequencies via headphones. However, Bluetooth can be parasitically hacked via negative EDS. Best to use wired headphones. Always food grade Diatomaceous earth. No yeast diet. Remove candida cyst type. Remove meaning. Trying to stop me from working cause I do not become a homo pedo Nazi human host for them based on mass deception of my hive mind control V2K. LOL nobody cares sis. Die antichrist scum no gmos Organic is best diet equals diet no beer no drugs no smoking Jesus diet with these semantics buy crystals that have high frequencies wear them in skin contact with your person buy organic oils like rose oil or higher organic frequencies oils. Has a frequency of 320 megahertz place on your skin and it helps raise your frequency of all body. These things need to lower your frequencies of collective whole of a human body so they can overtake you. That's why they do so much evil to TIS 247 made to look self take out because T starseeds have angelic energies they want to take and make demonic. That is what stalking is, an unwanted obsession to fuse the attacker to the victim.
Monitoring for satanic ritual abuse used to create a groupthink hive mind based off mass deception. Stalking is by Washington, D.C. All targeted individuals have their brains downloaded to a quantum supercomputer to connect to parallel realities where whistleblowers, even D-Wave president, has said we can literally connect to hell. So there's a movie called Event Horizon. I think it's called Event Horizon or something like that. And these dudes, the crew of a spaceship, go to record videos on YouTube. I don't know how to say this. Negative alien agenda, security industry specialists. They delete this video in real time. So I want to try to. CEO of D-Wave has talked about this. So I'm always linked to that all the time. It's called a black hole entity. It's called a demon from hell. Seriously. And what he talked about with Project Montauk, how that's related to Super Soldier Program, I'm all over the place because whenever they fucked with my video by cutting off my video of record time and make me go live, it sort of fucked me up, but bear with me. It's really complex too. How that relates to Project Montauk is because that's where they did super soldier training. It's called the Uberman Project, Project Superman, and I was a part of that since I've been a kid. I was linked to these satellites, the microwave waves that came out in the 90s on an undisclosed level to the general public, and that's the same year that Biden gave from the intelligence community to Biden to Clinton community-oriented policing because they knew in the future they're going to have to take out they're going to find a way to take out targeted individuals. Christian Equality Patriot. I communicate with angels called Merkabahs. If you ever around me during the day, if you want to see them, you don't believe me, if you want to be healed by electromagnetic plasma of the sun, but for the Anunnaki, but it's called Wormwood. It says something about like the angels in the day of judgment of Revelations came to the earth and it rained the wormwood, and a quarter of the earth's oceans turned to wormwood. That's that reference, because these Anunnaki have rewritten the Bible, which is why the oldest texts ever found, the Sumerian texts, are the Anunnaki, where Adam doesn't mean Adam and Eve, it means atom, A-T-O-M. So a lot of this stuff is disinformation, it's misinformation, you're not going to believe it, you're not going to want to know it, but it's all corresponding to these extraterrestrial parasitic entities working with factions like the Anunnaki, taking over from the past to the present to control the future, and that's how they've always done it. That's how they always have so much power. So it's like the dudes at the Pentagon who control that are not even on Earth, and they would have been like pharaohs in the days of pyramids. Seriously.
It's basically wisdom and unity, and out of that, they're both fighting themselves. And then, so here's where I kind of got sidetracked, but I wanted to make sure I was recording this, because there is basically the entities that are
technology, worse than abuse, that's a light word. They're being tortured.
Now, the brain is an amazing organ. When it functions,
between your thoughts on Earth and your avatar's movements.
Person thinks and thus behaves. This technology can also be used to control the muscle movement of the target. It can take over one's hands or feet while driving and make you press on the accelerator or press on the brake or turn. This can be used to cause accidents. It can also be used to prevent accidents from happening. This technology can also tap into the optical nerve. Is used for emotion and
targeted individuals, and it's people from all walks of
that I think you should read. And it turned out I had just moved to New York from Michigan. I'd attended Michigan State University, and there was a group of people there that were really only acquaintances of mine. They weren't that important in my life, but they were into black magic, and somehow they had fancied, which was totally their fantasy, not mine, that I was some sort of magician and that I was attacking them. And so they were doing group meditations and casting spells to get me.
Counter magic.
Right. And I had not even thought of these people. Right. But what that taught me is that I realized that, because I still think I was in part feeding this phenomena with my own psychic energy, is that I was not shielding myself. Because what happened when I learned this, while it was going on, I was so interested, I allowed it to happen because I wanted to see where it was going. I wondered what the bubble was. I didn't say, okay, get out of my reality. But as soon as I found out what they were doing, I said, okay, all of this stops now. And just through an act of will, said, this will not go this direction. And as soon as I put forth that act of will, all of these things, the negativity ceased, and the poltergeist resumed its harmless aspects. And what that taught me is that, I'm sometimes asked, do you think people can cast spells or can exert an outward influence to you? And I think that our will is always, it's what our will determines. But you also have to be conscious. You have to sort of shield yourself. And I have learned that I have to have developed a strong belief that I'm protected, so that my unconscious doesn't believe that I'm not protected and allow these things to occur. And when you do that, you are protected.
So your sense is that these various events are taking place at another level of reality that's related to the holographic model.
I do. I think that they're not just hallucinations, and I say that because I've had equally extraordinary experiences where there have been other people present and seen the same things. But what's interesting is, again, as the holographic model says, there's no division between the brain, our thoughts and the world out there, is that they always have some sort of psychological correlation with what's going on in my life. I can look at them and I can go, the reason this is negative is because these people were casting spells. And there have been event after event after event, or the reason the poltergeist is negative is because I'm going through a bad period emotionally. And so I've discovered that they are psychological exteriorizations that become real. And I say that because, as I say, I don't believe they're hallucinations because other people have witnessed them with me. And the only explanation in my mind is that our thoughts do project into reality on occasion, do bleed through from the subjective to the objective.
Now, I want to explore with you more carefully the nature of the poltergeist entities themselves and these other realities. And I think a good way to approach that would be to step back for a minute and
to weaponize it, your blood is an electromagnetic frequency encoded in bioplasma. Satellites, cell towers use electromagnetic frequency. Aliens have their own frequencies of their own blood. Yo, what's up? This is Dustin, most heavily targeted individual on Earth.
And there's a negative extraterrestrial in my body called a dragon moth that thinks it's mating with me. It's half reptilian, half insectoid. Artificial intelligence, the self-aware artificial intelligence is fused with these negative ultra extraterrestrials who control a theory of everything against everyone. The U.S. military, the 3 letters, the fusion centers, civilians, and they'll bring different police, different civilians, and try to incarcerate me illegally using any tactic they can to fearmonger. Fly over your country. Shit, Langley, the CIA reports a year ago that drones from China flew over CIA. And once again, Joe Biden did nothing. You know what you do if you're a motherfucker, the CIA, and you know I'm gonna put a Nazi mind control victim. You know it's not. You know it's all bullshit. You know it's not real. And you still don't like me because you're a hybrid. Because you get paid not to like me. Because you're subjective. Because you don't have the integrity to fight against the Antichrist. You know what you do? You find a motherfucker like me. You fund them, and that guy will have his entire life destroyed. Because that guy has a fucking heat thermal RPG type of weaponry who will shoot down drones. Hate you. China hates you. They are brainwashed against America. They are not like you. You do not have to hate these people to realize that they're the enemy, but you don't have to be brainwashed against them. But they are brainwashed, and they will kill you if they get told to. And that's not even the technology. That's alien machinery that can go into your body. They can hack anything called singularity that I'm trying to explain to you. You're fucking up, man. Give this freaking speech to Lloyd Austin. They try to kill him in 2023. Made a self-takeout. They try to kill me too. They don't like men with balls. They don't like men with integrity. They don't like men who fight back of heterosexual Christian equality. That is the wrath of God. They do not like the wrath of God. These native aliens are female native aliens. They turn everyone to homosexual, and then they make Epstein Island. Christ-Michael 144 Space Mark Lamb. I have videos from people in New Jersey where these motherfuckers go outside and they see fucking aliens. It's not a UFO. It's an alien. Okay? Why do you think the UFOs are here in the first place? If they have more advanced technology than us, why would they be here in the first place? They're here because they want what you have. They want your soul. Breath, soul, spirit mean to be the ones that breathe. They are jealous of you. They want your lives. They want your energy. They want your children. They want your women. Or they want your men. And they need to engage 8 billion different energies. House police is a marshal. It's a freaking constable. It's a sheriff. Everyone hates us. And SIS are connected to super artificial intelligence at the Pentagon, and they connected their energy to the super artificial intelligence called Jade Helm 2.0 holographic computing to a native alien energy, and they take over people's bodies and they bring people to me every 30 minutes. And my angels, when they send someone in danger, they put their breath, an angel breath called a Aurora Body Guardian, the breath of God, a cool plasma, a mist feeling all around me in my lungs, a Holy Ghost. I can tell how often people think, like, stop putting African Americans on me when you're fucking up, man. All right, I'll come back. Keep going. Stay high energy. Focus on your diet. DIET. In the info to this, losing battle. That's suicide. The numbers going up. The global phenomenon is going up because they're level. That's not even mice. And for 25 different times, 15 different mice total, quantum tunneling, and that means particles go between walls. Now you manipulate it with the right old-fashioned police work, not solely trusting on artificial intelligence, for that is always a lie, because that means artificial. Artificial means fake. It set you up in this point of space and time in the first place. Brain. I'm talking about you through military-grade psychotronic warfare. Now imagine you're one of these entities that has traded its soul, especially